In the headlines, Ethiopian government highlights 8 years of transformation as competitive economy takes center stage. Ethiopia's corridor development and tourism project is reshape the nation. Hello, this is ABC World, your new voice of Pan-Africanism coming to you live from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. I'm Sentayot Amrat with the news hour. Do stay tuned. Office of the Prime Minister announced major progress in the country's economic transformation over the past 8 years, highlighting a shift toward a more open, competitive and market-driven system. The statement by the office said agriculture has been a key driver of change, with Ethiopia achieving wheat self-sufficiency and becoming Africa's leading wheat producer. Kasaun Chane takes us through the statement.
According to a statement issued heralding the achievements of the past 8 years, beginning the April 2018 reform, the reformist government has addressed wide-ranging reforms, including long-standing structural challenges for such gaps as limited job creation, weak export performance, and heavy reliance on external borrowing. Since 2018, Ethiopia has implemented wide-ranging reforms to address these challenges. A central pillar of these shifts has been agriculture transformation. The country has achieved wheat self-sufficiency and by 2024 emerged as Africa's largest wheat producer. Crop diversification has expanded rapidly, while livestock production, including dairy, meat and eggs, has been strong growth, contributing to improved nutrition and rural incomes. Agriculture has been a key driver of change, with Ethiopia achieving wheat self-sufficiency, becoming Africa's leading wheat producer. Growth in livestock and crop diversification has also contributed to improved food security and rural incomes. At the same time, the Green Legacy initiative has led to the planting of billions of trees, strengthening environmental sustainability and climate resilience. In this industrial sector, expanded special economic zones and increased domestic investment has improved productivity, while the mining sector has emerged as a major source of export revenue. Digital and financial reforms have boosted mobile access and expanded financial inclusion, with greater credit flowing to the private sector. Urban development projects have also accelerated, positioning cities as engines of economic growth and innovation. These achievements have been realized under the leadership of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. The government says the reforms are laying a strong foundation for sustainable, inclusive growth and a more resilient economy in the years ahead.
Deputy Prime Minister Tamasgen Trune stated that Ethiopia's security and intelligence institutions serve as the shield of peace and guardians of national dignity and interests. He made the remarks while participating in the National Security Conference held under the theme Coordination of Security and Intelligence Institutions for National Peace and Security. In a message shared following the event, the Deputy Prime Minister noted that despite challenges posed by internal conflicts, terrorism, regional wars, and global geopolitical tensions, Ethiopia remains resilient due to the strength of its security institutions and the sacrifice of its citizens. He highlighted that the ongoing reform efforts have strengthened the capacity of security institutions, enabling them to turn challenges into opportunities, enhanced capabilities in technology, human resources, and organizational structure, combined with the dedication of security forces and public support, have continued to significant national achievements. He further stated that Ethiopia's diplomatic and strategic efforts to safeguard national interests have entered a new phase, supported by strong coordination among federal and regional security institutions. Encouraging progress has been recorded in efforts to restore peace in the Oromia and Amhara regions. He added, noting that joint efforts will continue until sustainable peace is ensured nationwide. Regarding the upcoming 7th general election at the end of May, the Deputy Prime Minister expressed confidence that security institutions will discharge their responsibilities effectively, ensuring a peaceful and democratic progress. He reaffirmed the government's commitment to building a better future, emphasizing that while progress has been made, the journey continues. The Deputy Prime Minister also expressed his deep respect for members of the security and intelligence institutions and the Ethiopian people for their dedication, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to national interests. The 2nd of April 2018 marked a turning point in Ethiopia's modern history, ending years of unrest, driven largely by youth-led protests and ushering a new administration under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. His rise to power came at a moment of national crisis, but also sparked widespread hope for meaningful political change. Jerusalem Besa reports.
April 2, 2018 stands as a watershed moment, marking both an end and a beginning. After years of mounting public frustration, particularly among the youth, Ethiopia reached a critical juncture. Across several regions, sustained protests erupted against what many saw as unresponsive governance. Demonstrators showed resilience in the face of force, and while lives were lost, the moment only grew stronger. Amid this uncertainty, a new chapter began. The coming to power of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed ushered in a wave of optimism, with many Ethiopians hopeful for a more open and inclusive political system. Early actions by the new leadership reinforced that message. Political prisoners were released, exiled opposition groups returned, and political space expanded, steps widely welcomed both domestically and internationally.
There has long been a tendency to treat differing ideas as threats. This approach doesn't benefit anyone. Instead, it restricts political space. That's why the Prosperity Party is working to change this mindset.
Over the past 8 years, Ethiopia's path has been both transformative and complex. The government has pursued ambitious reforms while also facing significant challenges, including internal conflicts and competing political visions. A major political shift came with the dissolution of the EPRDF coalition and the formation of the Prosperity Party, signaling a move toward a more unified national framework. At the same time, flagship projects such as the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam have become symbols of national ambition and self-reliance. Ethiopia has also sought to advance its strategic interests, including renewed calls for access to maritime routes, framed as vital to long-term national development. On the international stage, a defining moment came with the peace agreement with Eritrea, ending 2 decades of hostility and earning Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed the Nobel Peace Prize in 2019.
The Nobel Peace Prize for 2019 to Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed.
Today, Ethiopia continues to position itself as a key regional actor, strengthening diplomatic engagement across the Horn of Africa and beyond. While a full assessment is still evolving, the period since April 2018 is widely regarded as one of the most dynamic chapters in the country's modern history, shaped by reform, challenge, and an ongoing pursuit of stability and progress.
In a related development, since 2018, Ethiopia under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed leadership has witnessed a significant urban and tourism transformation. From Addis Ababa's modernized streets to resorts like Gorgora and Wonchi Lake, infrastructure projects are improving daily life and boosting national pride. Addis Ababa City Mayor Adanech Abebe calls the development is miraculous, and both residents and visitors are praising the visible results. Jerusalem Besa once again.
Ethiopia now, where the new Prime Minister, Dr. Abiy Ahmed. ለጠቅላይ ሚኒስትርነት እጩነት ኢህአዴግ አቅርቧቸዋል። በዚህ መሰረት
This is Ethiopia's young Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed.
On April 2, 2018, Ethiopia welcomed a new era under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, bringing hope and anticipation to millions of citizens. Over the past 8 years, the government has prioritized tourism and infrastructure as key pillars of economic reform. Among the visible achievements are developments in resort areas across the country, including Gorgora Resort and Wonchi Lake Resort. Renovations of historical sites such as the National Palace in Addis Ababa, Fasilides Palace in Gondar, Abba Jifar Palace in Jimma, and Sof Umar Caves in Bale also reflect the government's commitment to preserving Ethiopia's rich cultural heritage while boosting tourism. At the same time, the corridor development project has transformed urban centers nationwide and is gradually extending into rural areas. The project has brought tangible improvements to daily life, providing cleaner, healthier environments and enhancing the way people live and interact. Addis Ababa Mayor Adanech Abebe described the project as miraculous, pointing to the capital as a clear testament to its impact. Residents and visitors alike have expressed admiration for the government's role in reshaping cities and enhancing public space.
The city is now as modern as anything you find. There's nothing like this in Africa, I can tell you. I travel a lot. We work in a lot of African countries. There's nothing like this in Africa today, nothing. Okay? Some parts of Africa, this is comparable to anything we have in the US, or even better. Probably something we have in China, because China is also new. So what I'm saying is, look at the examples, the real results, to see we have as a country the capacity. We just need focus, determination, obviously leadership, which brought all this. We have to acknowledge when the leadership delivers good things.
The roads have been expanded from 2 lanes to 5. The hotels have been painted well. The buildings are looking nice. The hotels, good service. Now here at the African Union headquarters, fantastic.
And every time I come to Addis, something is completely new. I remember 10 years ago when we were coming, we will have all these buildings coming up. You go back, by the time you come up, they say a building that is up. Now that I came in, I was completely amazed.
It's an 180-degree change, isn't it? Ethiopia is a leading nation in Africa. It is a leading nation in African Renaissance.
What matters most is the ability to change the face of Africa. And Addis Ababa has shown a very good example. It's exemplary for most of us African countries. And I believe we can make our Africa beautiful.
As Ethiopia continues on its path of transformation, these projects are more than just infrastructure. They are a symbol of a country embracing change and progress. From bustling urban corridors to serene resorts and restored historical landmarks, the impact of the government's initiatives can be felt in every corner of the nation. For Ethiopians, these developments are not only improving daily life, but also fostering pride in their heritage and optimism for the future. Visitors, too, live with a renewed appreciation for a nation that's redefining itself through vision, perseverance, and innovation. In this way, Ethiopia's journey under Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed serves as a vivid example of how reform, when thoughtfully implemented, can transform a country, its cities, its people, and its dreams.
You are still watching the news from ABC World, and the House of People's Representatives has adopted the new criminal procedure and evidence code as proclamation number 1410/2026, according to Office of the Prime Minister. Over the past 8 years, the government of Ethiopia has undertaken a wide range of legal and institutional reforms aimed at strengthening constitutionality, enhancing the protection of rights, and consolidation of the rule of law. A reform of the Criminal Procedure Code was identified as a key priority within this broader reform agenda. The previous Criminal Procedure Code of 1961, which had been in force for more than half a century, had become outdated. Comprehensive revision was therefore necessary to align it with the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia Constitution, the criminal justice policy, and recent international developments, as well as to accommodate new processes and technologies. The newly adopted Criminal Procedure and Evidence Code is the result of extensive consultations conducted over several years. It marks a significant milestone in reforming the criminal justice system, introducing comprehensive rules of evidence and addressing gaps in criminal investigation and prosecution, the office said. The Tigray Regional State Stakeholders Agenda Gathering and National Dialogue Commission Participants Meeting was held for 3 days in Addis Ababa. Today, the first round of agenda handover ceremony was held by the stakeholders. More than 700 participants attended the Agenda Gathering Forum. The Ethiopian National Consultative Commissions have received the finalized agenda. The agendas presented so far are those to be presented at the National Dialogue Commission. The forum with stakeholders from the Tigray region in Addis Ababa marks a key milestone in identifying priority issues for discussion among commissioners, political actors, and other key participants. Thank you so much for watching EBC, and now a quick reminder of top stories. Ethiopian government highlights 8 years of transformation as competitive economy takes center stage. Ethiopia's corridor development and tourism project reshape the nation. Thank you once again for watching the news from EBC World. I'm Sintayo Tamrat with the news. Do stay tuned with the rest of EBC World programs, and with me, see you.